Hi, and welcome to Spotlight on Fenton Community High School. My name is Lucy Johnson, a Fenton High School student, BTV intern, and your host of this episode. Today, we will be discussing Fenton's spring musical and choir with our guest, Sarah D. Williams, a Fenton music faculty member, and two recurring guests, Lex Mikulski and Lita Aguilar, two Fenton students. Ms. Williams, can you start by telling us about this year's spring musical and what makes it special?
This year's spring musical is You Are a Good Man, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown's sitting right next to me. And what makes it special is the topic. It covers like everyday life, things that we've all experienced, and brings it to life on stage. The music's really fun. We've really enjoyed learning it. And it's also a smaller cast, so you really have an opportunity to see the students on stage shine.
Lex and Lita, we know Lex's role, but Lita, what is your role and how did you guys feel about the casting?
So I'm Sally, and when I figured out that I was casted as Sally, honestly, I was really, really happy about it. Like, I didn't expect it because, like, you know, before a show, when you're auditioning and stuff, everybody has their own little fan cast. So everybody has an idea of, like, who's going to be what in their head. And, like, honestly,
I know I did.
Yeah, and it was, like, completely different. I just remember being completely shocked, but I was really overwhelmed in, like, in a positive way. Figuring out that I was Sally, like, after I learned that, I saw all these things in my life that were like, oh my gosh, I've been manifesting her. Like, I had, like, a little Sally sticker where she was in, like, a cute little pink fairy outfit with a wand, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. And it was! So I was really happy about it.
If I'm gonna be completely honest, whenever I was cast as Charlie Brown, I was like, dang it, I like the different role so much more. But then, like, over time, it's kind of just been growing on me more and more and more. And there's some parts where I still don't like, but just there's so many more. I'm like, actually, this is really fun. It's a different kind of acting. It's a different atmosphere. It's a different role than I've normally been put in. And it's a lot of fun being thrown into something new and just experiencing it for the first time, especially with my second Charlie Brown. We have so much fun together, especially whenever it's like ensemble work and we have time to just go off on our own, like work on different things and just goof off. It's honestly such a great time being Charlie Brown.
Well, that's good. Ms. Williams, how do you balance your role as choir director and helping with the musical?
Well, the nice thing is that my role as choir director is part of my course load that happens during the day. And the spring musical is a stipend position that happens after school and in the evening. That being said, sometimes it's challenging because I also have swing choir that it's in the evening. But I'm really lucky. I have a co-vocal director, Mr. Doug Orlick, who is an amazing asset to the program and really helps me balance those two roles.
Well, Lex and Lita, what made you want to participate in both choir and the musical?
Honestly, both are just so fun, and I found like a real family in both of them, a group of people that I can just get along with at all times and can trust with so many things, and I couldn't imagine not knowing these amazing people, and they've helped me out so much, and so has just the activity itself has helped me out with so many skills, so many lessons, and like I said, getting to know some amazing people. So that is definitely something that brought me into the community and singing as a whole.
Yeah, honestly, I feel the same way. Since I was really, really little, like I loved, because my dad works at the school, so I've grown up watching the choirs and the bands and all the musicals be performed there. I remember watching In the Heights. I remember
I saw In the Heights too.
Yes, it was so fun. And like I was like every time I watched a musical, I just remember going through some like it was some random pain. Like I don't even know, but like I was sat in that chair the entire time, like leaning forward. I was listening to every word, every song, and that experience, and then of course the drive back listening to the B-52s with my dad, that made me want to do choir because I really love singing. I really enjoy being in this environment, being with these people, this family. And like, I mean, even Lex said in his example with the person he was casted with, like they're doing a SWA song together now. That's Spaghetti with a Song. It's a fundraiser we do Sunday.
This is gonna be far best.
Yeah, whatever.
But it was awesome and you should have come if you didn't.
Yeah, you should have come. If you didn't, It's next year. It's next year. But they're doing a song together, and it's like that bond has become stronger because of choir and all the things that they do. So yeah, that's me.
I rock with choir choir kids.
Choir quiz.
All of my friends are in choir,
Choir
and
kids are
sometimes I
awesome.
feel like an honorary member.
You
Yeah.
are. You always will be.
Yes, you are.
Well, Miss Williams, can you share the process of selecting the musical and how the students really bring it to life?
Absolutely. So it's a complete collaboration between all of the directors. We sit down and talk about past shows that we've done, future shows that are like our dream, we wish we could shows. And then we look at our current student population, current students that are part of the show, and kind of what we want to get out of it educationally. So we balance all of those things, and then our top runners come to the forefront. And then it really, again, this is an educational theater program, right? So what are the lessons that our students can get out of it? What's going to be the best avenue to teach that? And then from that, we make a decision altogether. And it gets proposed to our administration, and then it gets announced in the program for this year. So we need to get on that decision-making process. And then it's amazing because we have this hypothetical show in mind. And the biggest gift is watching our students step into those roles and make it come to life.
Well, how does being a part of the musical or choir build a sense of community between the students?
Well, I think they kind of highlighted that in some of their experiences. Anytime you spend that much time together in that kind of hardworking and vulnerable stage, you really have the opportunity to build relationships. And it's really great to see them not only grow together, but grow as musicians. I remember freshman Lita, and I actually didn't even have Lex as a choir student at first. I stole him from my piano classes. And so just watching them grow as musicians and encourage them to come over to choir after piano and join swing choir, and those kind of things have been awesome. Just to see them grow as musicians, and I don't know, I think watch their friendships blossom too has been really wonderful. So that's the community that comes out of it.
I think it's pretty much everything she said, but also it's all just groups of like-minded individuals, and it helps everyone just have a common goal to come together to, add something, and it just makes it all so fun whenever you have final product. And whenever you have a final product, like in the musical, and the musical ends, you don't just want to leave these people. They stick with you for so long, which is my favorite part of this process, is that the process itself ends, but the memories stay, the people stay, and the community stays. So that's my favorite part.
Yeah, I mean, they said it all. I feel like, especially with the choir trips and the choir and band trips, we just got back from one of those, and the communities that you form there, you really get to hang out with them in a different setting. I mean, you probably would after school anytime, but it's especially fun when you get to make those memories together. Mm-hmm. We just went to California, and we were able to spend some time at Catalina Island and all these amazing places, but we also got to see these college campus experiences where these really professional choirs were working. Mm. So we kind of got to I fangirled a little bit over it, and I just learned a lot from them, and it was really, really great. So yeah, that's all I got.
Ms. Williams, what does a typical rehearsal schedule look like for the spring musical?
So we start in January and we open in April. So it spans quite a few months. And we start pretty vocal heavy, learning the pieces, learning our parts, starting to bring that together. And then we have an amazing choreographer who will start to teach us the choreography for the specific pieces. We have a new director in a new role, Mrs. Baker Sanchez, this year. And so it's been really great to see her process of blocking and learning lines and putting that all together. But once we kind of have those individual pieces, then we're starting to get to the point in March and April where we put that all together in bigger chunks. Today we're running Act 1 musically to see kind of where we are.
Well, Lex and Lita, what has been maybe the most challenging part of the spring musical, and what have you done to overcome it?
The most challenging part for me has definitely been managing all the different things I have. There's just so many. I could name a list of 14 or more. Yeah. And it can be a lot sometimes on not just the actual time I have, but also the mental load I have to take. But what helps me get through it really is the community, the people. They help me stay in a good mood and keep my mind healthy. And also, they help me stay on track and keep a stable schedule of what I have to do. And they give me advice, and it all just really helps me stay in time and have a good mindset for whatever's coming next.
Yeah, and I feel like for me, every year there's been like a new challenge because like you always get different roles. It's a new musical, it's a different range. There's like all these different aspects that you have to learn. Like freshman year, it was
You're in town.
Yeah, we did that one, and I had to learn how to like talk in like an upper kind of voice for a kid. And then my sophomore year, that was Little Shop of Horrors. We had to learn how to sing in harmonies. Junior year, I was Patrick, which that's a guy, right? It's the SpongeBob musical. I'm playing a guy, so I had to learn this whole new vocal register in like a lower level, and it was completely different from my normal voice. So I kind of had to learn how to get into that, like into character, but also into his voice range, and then learn slowly with choir and with my own private lessons teacher to like get out of that voice so that my singing voice sounds like me again. And like, of course, time management, that has also always been like a thing because we do so many activities. I know Lex does a lot, and like I just, same deal, you know. So yeah, I think something you do to overcome that though, it's definitely the people. It's a lot of communication and just trying to figure out what you want, what you need from other people and from yourself. Yeah.
Well, Ms. Williams, what has been the most rewarding part of working with students on such a large production with so many different aspects to it?
I think it's the growth that we see over the years, freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year, or if we get them, you know, the last 1 year, and the growth from start to finish. You know, we get to see them not know their music, not know the lines, and then it comes together in this amazing production. And they're not only growing, you know, as musicians, but as people in this process. So that's definitely the best part.
Well, that's all the questions I have. Do you have anything else you'd like to share?
You should just join. It's great.
Cough, the dates of the musical cough?
Oh yes! Hello! Musical. April 24th through 26th, all at 7 p.m. and a 26th matinee at a to be determined time.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you for coming on. We will be right back after this short commercial break.
The Edge Ice Arena is one of Chicagoland's premier ice skating facilities, featuring world-class skating events for the whole family. The Edge features 3 sheets of NHL regulation size ice, offering skate programs for hockey players, figure skaters, and recreational skaters of all ages. The Edge is also available for private functions and parties accommodating from 10 to 200. Be active, be entertained, be inspired. Experience the spectacular Edge Ice Arena.
Hi, I'm Lucy Johnson, a student at Fenton High School right here in Bensenville. Fenton is more than just a place for academics. It's a place where students like me can grow, explore, and thrive in so many different ways. Whether you're into sports, theater, music, or anything else, Fenton has something for you. And with year-round sporting events, concerts, and performances, there's always something going on. And the best part? It's open to the community. Everybody is welcome to come cheer on Fenton students as they showcase their talents. Want to learn more? Visit our website or check us out on social media for updates and events. Fenton High School, where there's always something more to discover.
The Water's Edge Aquatic Center is an indoor aquatic facility attached to the Edge Ice Arena at 545 John Street, offering diving boards and a 13-foot diving well and an 8-lane, 25-yard lap pool ranging from 5 to 6 feet deep. The Water's Edge Aquatic Center is also available for private functions and parties. Be active, be entertained, be inspired. Experience the spectacular Water's Edge Aquatic Center.
Bensonville, where diversity meets affordability. Our residential neighborhoods are enriched with multiple parks and facilities seamlessly woven into the community's fabric. Experience a wealth of recreational opportunities, from the Redmond Recreational Complex to the Edge Ice Arenas. Bensonville offers year-round events, including a summer concert series, figure skating events, a magical holiday tree festival, and more. Bensonville is the perfect choice for families and businesses alike. When choosing your community, think Bensonville.
Hi, and welcome back to Spotlight on Fenton Community High School. My name is Lucy Johnson, a Fenton High School student, BTV intern, and your host of this episode. Today, we are discussing Fenton's spring musical and choir with our guests, Sarah D. Williams, a Fenton music faculty member, and two returning guests, Lex Mikulski and Lita Aguilar, two Fenton students. Lex and Lita, can you share your favorite moment from rehearsal so far?
My favorite moment is from my junior year when we were doing I'm Just Ken for the guys' pieces. And it was just such a fun time because it wasn't the entire choir doing one big thing. It was just this small group of guys, just five people. And because of that, we got to come together as like a little group and have so much fun. And we got so much closer as friends, as peers, as singers, and it helped so much. And being able to do such a big and fun song in front of so many people, yet having few people to work on it with, it felt like we were giants on a big stage. Oh, it was an amazing feeling that I cannot shake.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's hard to
remember
compete with.
No, I know. I just because I remember seeing them, and it
I
was,
also remember seeing them. Yeah.
their dance moves were top tier. We were all clapping when we were rehearsing it, like before the show. It was awesome. I don't know if I could beat that, but my freshman year, I was in swing choir. I was a little freshie, and like. I was meeting all these new like seniors, and they were so talented. Like, it was really intimidating, but like they were all super nice, and they were really inviting to me. And oh my gosh, what was the actual example I was gonna use? Oh, right, okay. We got to do Daft Punk. We got to do a Daft Punk medley. Was it the last concert of my freshman year?
Oh, it was your freshman year, so I missed it.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm so. I was about to say I don't remember that. Wait, I'm so sad.
No, but like we should do it.
Run it back.
We should throw back. But we got to perform that song, and I just remember like we spent a really, really long time trying to memorize the lyrics because it was like buy it, use it, break it, fix it. I still remember. And I just remember performing them in front of the middle schoolers and like getting to put it together on a stage, and it was like, I don't know, it was the most fun I think I've had. I mean, a lot of really fun experiences so far, but like I just always look back on like performing that song, and it just warms my heart. Yeah.
Well, Ms. Williams, how do you maintain a balance of having a fun environment but also professional with your rehearsals and performances?
I think it starts with creating an atmosphere of accountability and community. We do a lot of community building at the beginning, which of course is fun, but that then shows us that we are accountable for the things that we need to prepare, and setting those expectations really high for the students so that they can rise those expectations, and they've done that absolutely.
Well, Lex and Lita, how has participating in the musical helped you grow not only as performers but as people?
Okay. Well, participating in the musical, like every year, I feel like there's been somebody who I've learned to look up to, and I think slowly transitioning into the person that people look up to has been something that it's just something I work at. Like every day, I try to be that kind of person that people can look up to, and I try to put on a really good performance, and I think that mindset is something that has helped me grow in my personal life. So like when I'm writing an essay or doing something for like college, I'm always trying to think of like, is somebody going to think of me as like that person that they can look to for help or anything?
I think that it definitely helps in the performance setting, but I more so focus on the things that it helps with outside of the performance setting. There's so many life skills you learn from these extracurriculars. There's thousands of studies taken about music and learning about it and how much it helps your brain grow, how it helps you become a better student, a better worker, a better thinker. Everything about being in a musical ensemble just helps your mind, your soul, and your body in every single aspect. And I think that is amazing. It helps me become a better leader for others. It helps me talk in front of others better, so social skills. It helps me think around a situation in a different way, thinking outside the box. There's thousands of other skills it's helped me with outside of just singing. And I think that's an amazing part of a musical ensemble that I never forget.
Well, Miss Williams,
That's awesome. Can I just have a clip of that forever and ever, please?
On repeat.
how does the choir contribute to or blend with the spring musical?
99.9% of the students in the spring musical are Fenton choir students. That is kind of how it's always been, and I think that's because those are the students that know what goes into being in an ensemble and are the students that love to sing. The preparation of singing every single day improves you musically. So I would say our strongest singers typically are our students who are singing in choir every day. It's not exclusive. We've had some amazing surprises who we then bring in to be in choir. But I think that those day-to-day skill building activities and rehearsing makes that ensemble of the spring musical that much stronger.
Well, Lita and Lex, what's kind of your side of that? How has choir influenced your performance in the musical?
Oh, I mean, like what I said earlier about like the vocal range and like how you get to experience those new things. It happens in both choir and musical. The first place that I learned how to sing in an alto range was in the musical before choir. I did alto during chorale of this year. But not only just like the vocal range stuff, it's like teaching you how to act through music, because really music is telling a story. Every song that we sing, there are words attached to them, and the words have like a meaning that can really touch some people. Like it can, how do I say this?
Impact.
Yes. It really impacts a lot of people, and you don't realize that until you put on that performance. So whether you're in musical or choir, being able to really put some meaning under the words, that is definitely something that has helped me. Yeah.
I think being in choir has helped me with the more finer aspects, and being in an ensemble, and also just, as I said, the finer aspects. But I think musical, as she said, helps with all the emotion and all that goes into it. My favorite genre of music is musical theater, so I'm a little biased. But there's so much that they teach each other. Music in choir is all the fundamentals, all the things you need to bring into musical that help you just do the basics. Meanwhile, musical has all the fun things you add that make each piece come to life, and every single word have its own emotion and impact that you can then bring into choir that'll just make each performance glow on stage. And that's what I have to say.
Well, I feel like we just saw it right here, but Ms. Williams, what role does music and theater play in a student's education and personal development?
Can we just replay what Lex said? Because she said it so well. I think, sometimes people have the misconception that being in music or being in theater is just preparing you to be a musician or a musical theater major, right? There's so many other life lessons that are coming out of these experiences. They're growing as individuals, they're growing with time management skills, they're growing in their leadership skills. The ability to get up in front of an audience and speak, right, is incredibly powerful. The ability to be brave enough to get up there and be vulnerable in people. The ability to connect with one another in a time that we're so technology-based and make something come to life. These are students creating things from scratch. We give them the skills, we give them the tools, and then they're the ones that make the magic. And I think that's something that can be applied to all areas of their life.
Well, Lex and Lita, what advice would you give a student considering joining either choir or the spring musical?
I mean, I think in the other group, I think Faith said it the best, that you just need to do it. You just need to jump in head first. I don't know, and I just get into it. Like, there have been seniors who have come in and they're like, I wish I did this earlier because then I could do all these solos and there are these fun things that I could do. And it's like, all the people who come in here, they gain a community, they gain so much. They have so many life experiences and they really get to involve themselves in something that's so human. Like, we get all this stuff like electronics and AI and like things that are just kind of soulless. And I feel like musical theater, just choir, band, all of the music stuff, it's an opportunity for us to express who we are. It's an opportunity for us to be ourselves, truly, whoever that is, and be vulnerable. And I think that's something we need today. It's a very valuable thing.
Wow. You guys are really inspirational.
Well, what do you hope the audience takes away from watching this year's musical?
I think that Charlie Brown is a show about just letting your inner child run free. There's so many times in life where we just get bogged down by all the details, all the work, all the expectations, and there's just so much that drains us. But in this fun show about just a kid just doing his thing, you just really get to remember what it's like to be a child, and all those weights just fall off, and it really helps you bring that into your regular life and remember you're just a person. There's still an inner kid inside you that just wants to have fun, run around in the rain, do all the fun things a kid would do. And I really love that we get to bring that message to all the people watching and also the people that we're performing with.
Ms. Williams, what can we look forward to in the future of Fenton's music or theater program?
I think growth. COVID, I've said this before, hit us hard, and we are slowly rebuilding the programs, and that's happening because the students within the programs are so passionate. And so we're just so excited to see what's to come, and continuing to foster those connections. I think that's the biggest thing we hear from our students, our big theater family, our big choir family, the connections that they have for life. And seeing how that can come into play at the 100th annual Band and Choir Concert. We are celebrating 100 years of music at Fenton High School, tentatively on December 14th at 2 p.m. And we are inviting previous directors and all alumni to join us. There'll be play-alongs and sing-alongs, and we are just so excited to celebrate the power of music at Fenton High School.
Wow, that's exciting. Well, thank you guys for coming on, and thank you for joining us. Be sure to tune in next time for Spotlight on Bensonville. Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.